Tara, so nice to have you on the Lonny James Warehouse series today. Welcome.
Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Tara, so I'm so excited to be chatting with you today. Tara is, I believe, one of the two founders of an awesome keto product that we work with, and we feel like we were one of the companies to work with them kind of in some of their early stages. And Tara is one of the founders of Keto Baking Co. So we're excited to have you on today, Tara, and I see you've got some of your products behind you. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about Keto Baking Co. and why our customers should be super excited when they get to try it in our keto boxes.
Sure. So I did bring our original. The packaging is very similar to the original packaging. This is Grapal. These are the flavors that are featured in Lonny James boxes.
Awesome.
There's one in one box and one in the other. And it's peanut butter and jelly thumbprint and snickerdoodle. And those were two of my favorite cookies growing up. So what Grapal is a combination of cookies and granola. So you end up with a sort of soft baked cookie replacing the oat clusters that you would find in a grain filled granola. And then nuts and seeds and coconut and other keto friendly ingredients to make up the granola.
Yeah, it's when I tried it, I feel like you and your team are one of the first keto granolas on the market. There wasn't really much around, and when we tried yours, it had that really nice, like soft, chewy, sweet flavor. So what was it like? Like, how did you guys develop that product?
It's a funny story to me, actually. I don't know if it's funny to anyone, but my grandfather, I was taking care of my grandparents at the time. I was living with them, and they both were suffering from dementia. And my grandfather, in his age and his wisdom, had become very, very picky about energy use in the house. So I would have to sort of sneak down to use the oven. And I had made a snickerdoodle cookie dough. And then I decided, and then the next day I forgot about it because I knew that he wasn't going to allow me to use it that day. And I said, oh, I got to pop this in the fridge. So then the next day I forget about it, or maybe 2 days later, and I make a granola because now he's upstairs and he's not going to, bark at me. God rest his soul. I love him dearly. So anyhow, I took both of them and combined them because I thought, hey, I'll be efficient and, be energy friendly.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how it ended up. It was the cookie on top of the granola, and that's how we still make it today.
That's a wonderful story, especially to have your grandfather involved in this product now that's reaching all
Yeah.
over all over the country, right?
Yeah. And the granola part, that was something I was interested in starting a business around. I just didn't think it was going to be a cookie granola. But the granola there was nothing on the market. As you said, I do think we were one of the first, if not the first. At least that was my hope at the time, or I just wasn't aware that there was another one. That's what I was seeking out,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think from a granola standpoint, whether it's keto or not, it's a hell of a product. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
I think it's fantastic. It's delicious, and it's really, really actually keto friendly ingredients. You don't have to worry about it. So tell us what it's like to be in a food startup in the keto space, and just in general what it's been like for you, and maybe a little bit about like what your work-life balance is right now. Just people kind of a peek behind the curtain of, it's not all butterflies and burritos behind starting.
That's for sure.
So
yeah. Man, well, the work-life balance, when you said that, really caught me. I don't know how I do that, but being a food startup in general in this space right now, not even in the keto space, but I'm sure, as you know, and any viewers who can relate or in our positions as well, know that it's a scary time. But, when we started back in 2017, it was, for me, I look at everything very optimistically. So I came, sort of with I was green, and very naive to any sort of obstacles that I was, going to run into. I get asked a lot, how did I have the courage to start a business out of nowhere? And I don't know. I just believed it was going to work. So I did it. And yeah, that starting a food business was something I didn't know how to do. I was learning, as I've been learning the whole time. As I go along, there's plenty more that I still want to learn and need to learn. But in this keto space in general, that was especially exciting, because at the time in 2017, there were so few keto food companies starting up. I could list off a few of them, the ones that had inspired me, but it's true that there were other companies that were on the market, and thank God for them, because they inspired me. They told me that I could do this, just as they had. And, it was like 6 months from the time when I went to a conference and met those companies, the people representing them. And then, 6 months later, I have this recipe and I'm like, okay, I'm starting an LLC.
Awesome.
It really was just an overnight thing. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Looking back, it's funny.
It's interesting. The more founders that I talk to, the more similar it is. It's just like all of us kind of stumbled our way into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had an idea and one thing led to another. And usually the first idea didn't work out to be the end idea. It's like something, and we kind of navigate our way there. I mean, I can be transparent about one thing is one thing that has been such a struggle for us is we're an inventory-based business. So our warehouse is full all the time of hundreds of different products that we put into our boxes. And so you could imagine, just from a business standpoint, of we have to buy all of that, could be 120 days before it ever reaches the end consumer. And so for anybody watching this that kind of wants a peek behind the curtain of a food brand or anything in the food space, is normally you're extremely inventory heavy. And what that does is that reduces cash flow. So it makes it hard to pay employees, hard to pay yourself, obviously, until you grow and grow and grow. And then, you've saved a little bit of that each year. But so I don't know if you can identify with that. But for us, cash flow as a food business has always been the struggle. All right, okay, we can't buy more inventory yet because we got to make sure we get paid, and then we can buy more. And,
yes,
the constant ebb and flow.
Oh, yes. Thank God for financing and loans.
Yep.
Because we would not have been able to make it where we are on just my investment alone, or my partner's investment, which, came on. And then, yeah, we've definitely had to take out help, because that's so true. You can invest so much time and energy and material goods into your inventory, but if it's not moving fast enough, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
It's scary.
Sometimes it moves too fast, and then you don't have enough inventory on its way to you. So it's a kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that's also scary.
Yeah, exactly. That's a better problem to have. But, but I'm glad we have that in common. So I just want to say thank you for, being so passionate, and we love supporting your brand, and hopefully we've helped push it all over the country and get a lot of new keto-friendly eaters to try it and buy from you directly. So really thank you for doing what you do.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate that. But thank you so much, Lonny. You and Lonny James have been just, at times a lifesaver, really. You've been, a constant support to us for at least 2 years now. And that's, it's just been, it's really our most, you're our most loyal customer. So we really, really appreciate the support. We love working with you guys, and we hope to continue to grow together.
Absolutely. And we're excited to try, some of the new products that your team is launching as well. So awesome. Well, thanks for taking that time. And anybody watching who wants to try any of Keto Baking Co.'s products, we're going to put the boxes below where you can get those in. And that'll be that. So Tara, thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, Lonny. You too.